if you pay your money, you get entertained, that's fine, baby. You want to sit out there and you say you get entertained, get entertained. As long as I get the money, you know what I mean? Green stuff, the folding stuff.
Is that what you do?
That's all, baby, money, that's it. Right,
Meet David Schultz, circuit wrestler. 6 nights a week, year in, year out, he and a repertory company of equally bizarre supporting players bring their act to towns and cities across the prairies. There are about 24 wrestling circuits in North America, and this one certainly isn't one of the biggest. No matter, there's a full house most every night, especially in the 20 or so small prairie communities like Red Deer that support circuit wrestling. And this is where they go on with the show in the slightly down-to-the-heels Creative Arts Center here at the Red Deer Fairgrounds. It's not pretty, but it'll do. They can throw up seating for 600. There's a refreshment stand and washrooms, and in the back, a couple of tiny makeshift dressing rooms where the stars of tonight's performance are getting together and into their costumes. Let's go meet them.
Bonus for everybody, huh?
Been giving bonuses all week.
Well, I know. We've been deserving them all week, too.
Oh, I know.
In this corner, the bad guys, whining as usual. Angel Perron, evil incarnate down to his shoelaces. Mike Shaw, 300 pounds of nastiness. Dirty Duke Myers, who kicks and bites and scratches. Ginger Rogers, who does his own hair. Manager Judas Rosenblum, all plotting the evening's villainy. And over here, you got the good guys. Put them together, and you have what's probably the most successful theatrical troupe in Canada.
Athleticism.
The boys are a little sensitive about the theatrics of their craft. They want to be thought of as athletes, and they are. You have to be in terrific shape to take the pounding. Little matter that the results may already be ordained. Put 2 good wrestlers like these in the ring, and you've got an exciting show full of bounce and grace and rhythm. Choreography at its best. But they're also very good actors, and there's nothing wrong with actors knowing their script in advance. It's the execution of the script that makes it entertaining. Observe the wrestler's art and admire. They don't let a little thing like the stage confine them. The villain working his villainy. You're not supposed to hit a table with your opponent's face, but the fans love it. The hero turns the tables, a well-delivered elbow and knee smash, and back to center stage for the climax. The strokes may be a little broad, but that's what the fans want. They didn't come here for Grieg's Hungarian Dance #2. Pro wrestling remains one of the top 5 draws on the continent. Good wrestlers can earn $50,000 to $100,000 a year if they can take a shot in the face like this. Up in the major leagues, it's $500,000. And now, the denouement. A draw. It's not fair, but it's the kind of decision that'll bring the fans back to watch hero Keith Hart, the promoter's son, get true justice next week, maybe. The play acting goes on, even into the dressing room.
I regard myself as a bit of an artist in the ring because, in a way, take a movie, they spend how much, $5 or $10 million to make a major feature movie, and people pay to see that movie. You get a real cross-section of people. I could take the same cross-section of people and put them in an arena, and you give me a good opponent who's willing to wrestle hard, have a good hard fight with me, and we can captivate those people just as well as any movie.
So you're in showbiz? You recognize that?
I'm not in showbiz. Well, then if I'm in showbiz, then so is the Super Bowl, so is NHL hockey, so are all sports. We're all entertainers.
This is where the evening's entertainments are choreographed. It's the 20-room Calgary home and office of wrestling promoter Stuart Hart, who's been sending out happy little bands of warriors into the Western communities since 1948. Hart's is a family operation. He's helped by his wife Helen and 8 strapping sons, all of whom predictably either wrestle or otherwise work on the circuit themselves. With all those sons driving from bout to bout, a lot of caddies get racked up. Stu doesn't bother fixing them. Doesn't even give them a decent burial. He just lets them lie there and buys new ones.
Hello.
Stu directs his troupe from this small office. It's a mom-and-pop business. His wife handles the office, and Stu can, if pressed to pinch hit, still climb into the ring, even at 66. Though he's not quite as svelte as he was in his prime during the 40s, wrestling's golden era. Any son who doesn't wrestle still has a role in the production. This one played the ringside MC in Red Deer. Don't dismiss circuit wrestling as nickel and dime stuff, though. The Harts take in $1 million a year at the box office alone.
Stu, how can I tell the difference between a good match and a bad match?
It's got to be competitive. It's got to be two guys out there trying to kill each other. You want to see the clash, see a guy smack, or you see that punch go, you hear the thud, pick him down, slam him down on the mat.
Another opening, another show. This time in hometown Calgary, where the Harts tape their routines for TV viewers in a dozen countries. The Hart Repertory Company is familiar to viewers in Dubai, Nigeria, and Uganda, where it was Idi Amin's favorite program. The fans get an old, reliable format. 5 or 6 bouts, a dozen heroes and villains, 2.5 hours of action. Wrestling purists might sneer at the theater, which often tumbles into burlesque, but it's the theater that sells wrestling. It's the theater that has made Stu Hart a millionaire. The theater that sells Hart Brothers jackets and other Hart products. The theater that has made idols of the good and pure Hart Brothers. The theater that allows Hart to import $2,500 a week villains to test his valiant heroes.
Come on in here, baby. Meet reality. This is reality, son. Yeah. You got me. You made a mistake. Now you can't back it up, punk. Punk. That's what you are, punk. A big fat punk.
Ed Whalen has been emceeing the Calgary matches for 24 years, and he knows the value of good theater.
By and large, if you had a card that featured all good guys, you know, and I know, that nobody would come out to see it.
You gotta have the villains.
You gotta have the villains. And invariably, I watch some of the better villains work, and they work a crowd like a violinist in a symphony orchestra. They can make the move that just goes whoosh for the crowd, that exhilarates the crowd. I watch some of these great villains work, and they're incredible to watch.
Well, I like it. Hooray for wrestling, for making the definition between good and evil as sharp as it is. That's why it's still around, still crazy after all these years. In any other sport, hell, in just about anything in life, you can't tell the difference anymore between the good guys and the bad guys. Not in wrestling. It's simple. Good versus evil, pretty versus ugly. And the only big question is when good will overcome evil, as it certainly will. If not this week, then come out to next week's show, or the show after that, and watch the universe unfold as it should for a change. This is Tom Alderman in Calgary for The Journal.